Greetings and welcome to More Talk. This is episode 16. Today we're going to be talking about astrology. It's a particular area of Moorish science. Now, astro is referring to the stars. Cellular is relative to cells of the body. So when we're talking about cellular, we're talking about the cosmology of the body. When we're talking about the stars, we're talking about the celestial, which is the ecology of the astro, or the star systems, the study of. Now, all sciences are relatively easy once you know them. Let's take a look at the horizon line. That comes from the term Horus, as in Isis and Horus. It is the Horus zone. That's the line that goes straight across the center of the astrological wheel, the star logic wheel. So we're talking about the logic of the stars. The line is the Horus zone, which separates the center. Now, when we're looking at Taurus, we're actually looking at a very practical aspect of when it is time for you to take out your bull or oxen and begin plowing your field, so that by the time you get to Virgo, on the other side of the wheel, the harvest time, you will have food to sustain yourself through the winter months. Because if you don't choose wisely during that period of time, as you pass over into the winter solstice, you will be judged by the scales, and hopefully if you've done correctly and been able to harvest food, then you can bypass Scorpio, or the kiss of death, and survive until you reach Pisces, at which time that would be the springtime, the rebirth, the start of a new era of survival. That's the flower of life, the spring, new life, rebirth, salvation, resurrection. Only but through me may you pass over and then resurrect. So you can see all of this is very logical. About every 2,000 years in our Earth realm, and for those inhabiting it, we shift from one age to another. Each age ruled by one of the 12 astrological zodiac signs, each age corresponding to the traits of the sign which rules it. For example, in the age of Cancer, there would be a great social emphasis on housing, family, fertility. In the age of Gemini, we would be witnessing great emphasis on communications, surface level interaction, and information. At the present time, we're going through a transition, yet another transition of the ages, from Pisces to Aquarius. The age of Pisces began around the time of Yeshua, was said to have been incarnated, called the Common Era. Positively, Pisces had to do with the arts, humanities, intuition, religion, mysticism. But negatively, it has to do with deception, illusion, secrets, mysteries, addictions, and hidden schemes. This is why the age of Pisces could have very well been called the age of deception, or the age of illusion. And we can just look around and see the residual deceptions all around us in every aspect of life. These were established and nurtured in the age of Pisces. The energy extraction matrix, the artificial parasitic systems all around us, aim to con us consciously into this paradox where humanity's preoccupied with unnatural, oppressive, hierarchical systems of regulations. The media, banks, academia, government, medicine, toxic foods, celebrities, war. These are all things which rely on deception in order to be validated and accepted as acceptable. The sign of the two fish swimming in opposite directions. This symbolizes the struggle in the gap between spirit and matter, and this gap allows illusion and deception to run rampant during the time of Pisces. The interconnectedness of everything was able to be ignored or pushed away during this time in favor of illusion. The fish are pulling away from each other. This is the tug-of-war between the material and the spiritual. On the other hand, the water bearer, the Aquarian, mixing the water with the waters below. This is emerging a blending of the material and the spiritual, which were previously at odds with one another, but are now again commingling in perfect union. This is what this awakening, this shift in awakening is all about, what we're now experiencing from the age of Pisces into the age of Aquarius. We're no longer tied together like the fish. We're now free to interact with our higher self in a more intertwined self, in which we previously could not. This is now a time of the emergence of opposites. We have the yin and yang, when duality can be conquered and resolved. The polarized aspects in each of us are being called to work together, now more than ever. We have the ability to bring messages from the divine into the material world. Again, pulling the waters from above to below. Everything is developing on this earthly plane as a celestial drama being played out before our own eyes. This transition that we're in has chapters to it. The chapters we're currently in is the unveiling. The illusions are being lifted for all to see. And now is the time where Moors and more are seeing the true emphasis. We're seeing that we're not just animals living a meaningless life, but we are part of the force of the universe, who are experiencing this lifetime to contribute to the higher order of all. Just as deception sprung up over time during the time of Pisces, these very deceptions will slowly erode away as harmony makes its way into the collective. However, as with all change, there's often those who will try to maintain the status quo, the old Piscean system, and there are also growing pains of purge, a detox. This transition is causing turmoil in certain ways to make way for the new paradigm, which is based in unity and abundance. So everything with Piscean values is being exposed for what they are, illusions. Many see these destructions and think that things are falling apart and things are getting worse, but it's not the case. It's simply a breakdown of the old to make way for the new. After all, we can't rebuild until that which doesn't serve us anymore is done away with. In this age, we're all being asked to make a choice to cling to the old, the outdated values, or adopt the new evolving values, the higher values.